First up, we have a American Eagle / Piedmont Airlines Dash 8-200. This entered service in 1993 and was retired in 2018. Did you know this aircraft served 104 cities over its lifetime? Anyways, that's all the info I have. Let's go to the next one. This is a American Eagle ATR 42. These entered service in the early 90s, and the last one was retired in 2014. They were based in Miami and San Juan. That's all I have to say for this one. Cut to the next part, because this is just filler. This is a Boeing 747 SP. They entered service in 1980, but was retired in 1992. This is a Boeing 737-300. These entered service in 1987, but were retired in 1992. Unfortunately, I couldn't find where these aircraft have flown. This is a American Boeing 727. These entered service in 1964, and the last one was retired in 2002. This is a Boeing 717. These entered service in 2002, but were retired quickly in 2003. This may say TWA, but if you look closely, you can see American Eagle. This is a American Airlines Boeing 707. There were 56 in service in 1959, but they were retired 20 years later in 1979. Unfortunately, I couldn't find out where these flew. This is a Airbus A300. They entered service in 1998, but they were retired in 2002. Unfortunately, you can't really find out the routes they flew, especially older aircraft like these. Our last plane of this video is the American BAE 146. These entered service in 1987. But the last one was retired in 1990. This is a Boeing 737-200. These were inherited from AirCal in 1987. Of course, these have been replaced by later 737 models. The DC-10 first entered commercial service with American Airlines in 1971. But it was retired 30 years later in October 2000. Unfortunately, as I've said, it is very hard to find where these flew, considering these are pretty old. The Fokker 100 was indeed operated by American Airlines. They were a signified customer, ordering 75 aircraft in 1989. American Airlines began flying the Fokker 100 in 1991 and branded them as luxury jets. They were a key part of the airline's regional domestic fleet for 13 years until their retirement in 2004. Whew! That was a lot to say. Anyways, on to the next one. American Airlines began operating the Boeing 747-100 on March 2, 1970, with an inaugural flight from New York to Los Angeles. Initially, they leased two 747s from Pan Am before receiving their own aircraft. But the last American Airlines 747 was retired in 1984. Oh my god, that was a lot to say. This brings us to the end of the video, for today at least. Goodbye!